How's it going, YouTube? Well, I can say we're going to be talking about some sort of like an easy farm rotation. I decided to make some videos about like farming in this game. So I think I'm going to be splitting into like three after talking to the stream. So we're going to have like the easy one on this one. And what I mean by easy is not necessarily like easy legendaries, but rather like easy on the character and your account and your playstyle. It could be like a little bit chill. It could be like a weak character, almost every single character that is, capable of coming to ultimate should be able to like do what I'm going to be, mentioning to. That said, let me know if you in the comment section if you would like to, mention anywhere else. The locations that I'm going to be mentioning are going to require you to like progress all the way up until to like the prospector's trail. Sorry. And the first one that I'll mention is that like I'll almost like to just show them on the map, and then afterwards we'll go ahead and like run an entire thing of the places that I have showed. But if you don't want to watch like the entire video, so the first one is the Warden's Laboratory, and we are going to be running the Warden, and then afterwards I'll in fact like teleport to Warden's Laboratory one more time, and then run backwards, simply because like I like to collect the Aether Crystals. And that's one thing that I'll mention, is that like these points that I'm going to give you are going to be, farming some infamy, especially with like Athales and Cromley. It's going to be dividing the components that you're going to get. It's going to divide the rare materials that's going to get, and it's going to also like collect stuff like dynamite and also Aether Crystals. There might even be more stuff that I don't remember right now, but that is one thing that I really enjoy doing in this game, is that like hitting these valuable spots and finding legendary items is not only the single thing that you can end up finding, and that is very good in my opinion. So after running back from there, the second location that we will hit is going to be the Barrage village. From there we go towards like the northern side, and there's going to be a cave, I think like festering there or something like that. In that cave there's a boss, extremely easy to kill, and sometimes he drops not only a legendary but also an ancient heart. That's like Christmas, to be honest with you. Very hard to get that combination, but could happen. Third one is the Broken Hills. We have some sort of like a rotation, I'll run it later on. Sometimes there's no elites at all, that's like very unlucky. But sometimes you can actually like end up finding an elite pack with like 5 elites, and every single one of them is capable of dropping an ancient heart. On top of everything, even the white monsters are dropping like bristly furs, like roiling bloods if I'm not mistaken. Very valuable place, very valuable place. So the next point, I think this is the fourth location, is the Cronley's hideout. You can end up finding like 4 dynamites or something reliably. On top of this, Cronley Nemesis Infamy, very good as well. And on top of that, like I said, it's an easy place, lots of elites usually. It's quite cool. It's quite cool. Next one, the fifth one, is going to be the Twin Falls. On the western side, after teleporting to the waypoint, on the western side, we're gonna have like not only some bees outside, sometimes some beasts as well. There's also a beehive. Inside the beehive, there's a very easy boss, sometimes even more elites. At the very least, you end up getting some like royal jellies. That's pretty good as well, because like you end up crafting some potions later on. The last point that I'll show you, we teleport to the Prospector's Trail, and in fact we walk backwards into the mountain deeps. In the mountain deeps there's going to be a 100% treasure trove. You just have to find it. There's about like 3 different locations. I'm going to show you all of them while I'm running this. And in the meantime, if you can find like Ikrix or any other elite, you kill inside the mountain deeps as well. But if you have found the treasure trove, I wouldn't bother with it at all. Like I wouldn't explore it. The sole purpose of like entering this place is for the treasure trove. Just a side note for the treasure troves, not only for a starting account, but like for a starting account, it's incredibly huge. Treasure troves, like you gotta open every single one of them. Remember, you can farm some dynamites in the Cromley's hideouts, and then linking this to mountain deeps, you will always have the dynamite to open. Later on, when you reach to the homestead or on the earlier difficulties, you can definitely like craft the dynamite as well using the blacksmith. Back to the point of the treasure troves, they're very big, especially for the first accounts, as I was saying, because they're dropping recipes left and right. On top of this, they usually, about like 80 to 90% of the time, they drop a rare material. The worst one that you can get is probably a flower or a manticore eye. If I'm not mistaken, they're even capable of dropping a celestial lotus. Very low chance, but it is a ridiculous drop if it can drop. On top of that, there's also a small chance that it will drop a legendary. On the side though, it gives a variety of like components and quite a lot of chunk of like iron bits Sometimes some green items as well. So I think those are going to be the points that, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's about like 6 locations that I have mentioned. Would like to stop the video right here. I'll also like have another video about like basically showing you more valuable locations, but this time not necessarily capping the characters. So like I'll just show them, and if you're strong enough, you'll decide to like hit them or not. But this is definitely like how I deal with when I like, you know, reset my accounts and then open a new character, and the new character is completely self-found on that character and he's naked and there's nothing in the stats. So not only I want like reputation, but also I want to farm like legendaries into the bank, you know. This is some sort of like a run that I do, especially while I'm chilling out. There's absolutely no risk for it, you know. Even like the weakest character that I made could probably run this, to be honest with you. So the first one that we will hit was the Warden. Let's go for it. This place is like farming towards the Wild Run. The Ethereal Nemesis, if you don't know about him. So even when I have a strong character, I actually run this. The Ethereal Crystal Stone. Really liked him. So inside this room, he could actually be an elite. That could actually be an elite. If he's not there, he could also be right over here where we are entering. I'll also show like the other locations that he could be as well. Yeah, my bags are full. I should have deleted. I've been farming for some time. Sorry. Hey, look at this. A mesmer. So, he could be inside this big room right over here. We have a shitty layout over here. Gotta go through the doors all the time. So yeah, he could be right over here, and on top of that, at the very end, he could also be right over here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 locations right over there. That's a guaranteed elite. You know, he doesn't necessarily... It's not necessarily a big deal at all. Like, most of the time, he's not going to be dropping anything other than like a green. It's definitely possible for you to like get something out of him. As I said before, like I literally kill every single Aether crystals I see on the floor for sure. I really like the Aether clusters in this game. One thing that I like to do with the Aether clusters is that like I always put them in the same key binding for every single character of mine, so that like my oh shit button is always the same. Hey, we have a friend over here. This is pretty lucky for me. So this guy that I just killed, that dropped the Storm Cage leg guards, he's the other basically guaranteed elite. He will always be in this room. He doesn't even have another spawn point. So since I'm lucky, let's kill this nemesis. We can go to the next one. I'll probably want to loot this. Let's loot the leg guards as well. Drop those, pick those up. Alright. So this one is going to be ending with the kill of Warden. Did I even like open his chest? I don't think I've opened his chest, did I? Hold up there, Warden. I'm gonna come back for you. No, open the gates. Shit. Leg guards of perdition. Okay. The Warden's Fortress as well. If I'm not mistaken, he has 2 different MIs, guys. He has like a mace and he has a shield if you would like to check it out. Especially for like a Skelemancer, I think. It is a very good mace. So we have gotten the Conduit of the Divine Vespers. It's an amulet. And it is the Oathkeeper Ami, actually. I'm kind of like actually very curious about like this definitely doesn't necessarily belong to this video. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of like very curious about like the prefixes and the suffixes of like the Oathkeeper conduits. Yeah, that is another thing out of the way for my account. Actually, this is very good. So yeah, you could continue running this. place, and you will not only be farming for infamy, for these guys, the nemesis that we have killed, and in my opinion this nemesis is like one of the easier nemesis out there. Definitely, like, you could face roll this guy if you have like decentish stun resistance, and in my opinion like decentish, let's say, lightning resistance as well. I'm gonna quickly like sell some stuff so that like we can continue. Alright, so second location was in Barrage, and then we go towards like the northern side. We just follow the road, north road. We always kill like every single elite we find, guys. For sure. Like, this is yet another maximum value. Just get us tainted brain matter. So far we have been incredibly lucky, right? Like, we have like one legendary, we have like one rare material, and I actually ended up getting a, you know, recipe, but that doesn't necessarily, that wasn't supposed to be in the guide. Let's say that I was lucky with. So sometimes, as you can see, like that road over there is like blocked, and you end up like going through the house, and then the cave that we're supposed to enter is this one. So I can like maybe show you, this is the way gate, the waypoint, and towards the northern side this is the entrance to the fest there. So there's going to be, at the very least, a boss over here, and sometimes he's accompanied by razorbacks like this one. Yeah. See where the boss is? That wasn't even the boss, that was an elite. We've gotten the Wraith one, leg wraps. Did I actually like kill the boss without even like acknowledging? There it is. He was chasing me and I was refusing to see him. So that was the second spot. The third spot is going to be some sort of like a rotation in the Broken Hills, you guys. And this place that we're doing is not necessarily for the legendaries. Like, let me tell you, these are basically like, this is the treasure. The priestly furs, you know, sometimes, if I'm not mistaken, there's like roiling bloods. And on top of everything, like, you could definitely get some, like, there's an elite up top there. We're gonna hit that spot at the very end. That's like the ending of the run. But yeah, like, the best part about it is that it is possible for you to get ancient hearts as well. It's the roiling blood. You're also grinding some beast nemesis. Definitely. Uba wants hugs. I would strongly, if you have a weak character and if you're in hardcore, I would strongly advise you to like turn back from here instead of there, because it's possible for you to like end up finding the rock eater or whatever his name is, the orc. You know, it's not necessarily a hard fight or anything, but if you were to fail at a stun, you know, a rock throw, let's say, it is possible to die to him. It's exactly the same ability as like the shamblers, if you know them, the golems. They're capable of like throwing these like boulders at you. This guy is capable of like actually barraging you with these boulders sometimes. I don't necessarily know why, but yeah, he does that. So one thing that I'm gonna mention over here is that, like, if you have done it before, you know, if you have done the hidden path, the Act 1 opening, then you will be able to like open this gate right over here as well, right? So this one right over here. I would strongly, you know, suggest to like do this one as well while you're passing from here. For sure, he not only drops an ancient heart, but at the same time, he has a nice pack here. But at the same time, he has like a very good MI pence, lifesteal, HP, and this is exactly why we're here. This is perfect. This run is turning out to be like a ridiculously valuable run, to be honest with you. Got some like a tainted brain matter, 2 legendaries, and 1 ancient hearts. There's one more. Boar here? Did not drop anything. So I don't necessarily go towards like the Steps of Torment place at all. Yeah, there was going to be like an elite or something over there, right? We have seen this guy from downstairs. Doesn't have anything. So this gray area right over there is going to be the ending for this. And doesn't seem to be anything else. It wasn't so bad though. We did end up getting like an ancient heart, so that's alright, I guess. Just to recap, TP to the Broken Hills, started running along the path. I did not take this small path, so I continue. I take this turn. To be honest with you, I don't necessarily think like killing this guy is worth it. I don't even remember if I killed him, but you know, 9 out of 10 of the time he's not going to be dropping anything but a green item, and one single green item. So afterwards, like, I continued following this road. As I said, like, do this Guardian of the Solar if you can do it. And then afterwards, this way. And then we're right over here, and that's going to be like the ending of the third spot. The fourth spot is going to be the Cromley. Let's go do this one. This place is one of my favorite places simply because, like, it's extremely easy to kill them, especially with my character. And at the same time, there's lots of dynamites in here. Like, this guy, sometimes he drops 2 of them, and then, if I'm not mistaken, you can also, like, find, like, if you want to try hard, you could actually, like, find about, like, 6 dynamites here by going downstairs and opening, like, the rubbles and stuff. I usually don't go downstairs, not gonna lie. I continue towards, like, the Warden, Cronny, and the second that I kill Cronny, I stop this run. Remember that, like, if you have Nullification, Arcanist, or if you have the, what was it again, like, let me see, like, the Cleansing Waters, if you have that ability, you're capable of, like, you know, dispelling, Cromley's immunity, or whatever it is. It looks like a Maven Sphere, but it definitely isn't. Maven is supposedly only, you know, absorbs 20%, but Cromley doesn't take damage while that thing is up, so. But it is dispellable, so like if you have either one of these, you should definitely dispel and go all in. I do check the bees as well over here. Most of the time, at least, I do. Sometimes you end up like finding a couple of elites over here. Is yet another dynamite for me. We could also like check out if there was any elite in this pack right over here, because we skipped it. Doesn't look like it. There might be a dynamite inside that one as well, so that makes it 5 now, if I'm not mistaken, actually. Don't get me wrong, like, I know that dynamite is craftable, and it's not necessarily that, you know, valuable stuff that it requires to craft, but it does stack up, especially if you're farming as, you know, as much as me. You would definitely rather, like, not craft that dynamite. At the same time, chances are, like, you do need the Cromley reputation anyways. There might be a dynamite on that one as well, by the way. So yeah, this is going to be like the ending of Cromley, I suppose. I'll check like almost everywhere. Remember that like this place is running on reputation, so if you manage to get to like, when you get hated, let's say, with the Cromley gang, you're gonna start getting more elites. So in this run, for instance, I ended up finding like 5 elites, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it is entirely possible for you to it's entirely possible for you to like find a lot less than this, and then maybe even like more once you're hated, especially once you're a nemesis. Yeah, there's going to be a nemesis spawn as well for sure. I kind of stuttered because like I was thinking about something. I think I just like realized Valgothian armor, that is insane. Alright, thank you very much. So you could definitely like, you know, this guy can be a little bit deadly. Not so much. Just play around, you know, kill everything that he's spawning, and whenever, you know, kite around, and then whenever he's vulnerable, just go for the nuke. That is possibly like the deadliest character in this entire run. So we come to like Twin Falls and then we start walking towards like the western side. These Shamblers are usually not here. It's usually like either the beasts or the bees. Shamblers are like a very, very rare spawn here in my opinion. But we have already found about like 4 elites right over here in this spot. That is quite lucky too. This run is turning out to be ridiculously lucky, you guys. Like this is definitely not going to be the every time. Like let's be real here. But it is a like the spots that I'm showing you. It is a very, very good run. Right over here, there's about like 4 elites as well. Trying to collect them together. Battered shells are like very good components as well. Extremely rare also. We've gotten about like a complete battered shell here almost. Oh, let's keep on dropping stuff because I have too many. Oh, come on. Nice. So, the ending of this Twin Falls is going to be entering from here. I always do the same thing. So, I TP there, I start running towards the western side. I check this like tower ruin or whatever you want to call it. And from this side, I come towards like the west, like entrance, the wasp entrance. I just make sure like there's no more elites remaining there, and then afterwards I enter the wasp nest. This is going to be the ending for this place. The Twin Falls, that is. Over here you could definitely get some more components. You could get like royal jelly, as I said, if you would like to. At the very beginning of the game it might seem like royal jelly is like utterly useless. Later on, if you take the game a little bit more seriously, you'll be able to like use these potions that are either regenerating your HP or giving you like extra HP, so they're pretty good. This was the boss over here, is definitely capable of like, I don't necessarily know if he's capable of like dropping ancient hearts, but legendaries, yeah, every now and then. Let's check the rest of the hive if there's like any elites at all. There was no elites at all inside this hive, not this time at least. So the last point that we will hit is going to be from the Prospectus Trail. We will walk back and we'll try and find the treasure trove inside this place. And as I said, like during the way, if we find like the Ikrix, some sort of like a boss bug, or any of the elites, like we're gonna kill them as well. In my opinion, they're relatively easy, but we'll see. So once you enter from here, if I put like northern side to the top, the map looks like this. There's 3 locations that the treasure trove might be, okay? So one is here, the other one is right across, right over there, and the third one, and in my experience, like 60% or like 70% of the time it is there, it is this location. There might be a slight chance that it might spawn over there as well. So maybe 4 locations in that case, like these small zones, and then this location and that one. So let's go check them out. It's nuts here. Gonna make my way towards the other side, that one. Sometimes Icarus is here. Yeah, he's here. Let's kill this guy. Yes, I was right. So there's about like 4 locations then in that case, guys. So one over there, the other one is over here. 100% I'm sure about that one as well. The third location is right over there, and the fourth one was right next to like Ikrix, right at the corner over there, where I just killed him. So this is very, very good to like open as well for every single time. We have gotten a lot of Chthon. So if you recap, like this run was one of the luckier ones, I'm not gonna lie, this one definitely was one of the luckier runs. I think we've gotten about like 3 legendaries, we've gotten one of each like rare material, right? I've gotten like multiple blues as well. I didn't necessarily even like read their names, but like, you know, if you have, okay. And yeah, this is going to be it from me for this one. So this was the easy spots. I'm actually going to be coming up with like 2 more videos about this series, and it's going to be covering the hardest spots. I'm not going to be calling it like hardest spots or anything. I'll just like say that like it's more valuable. It's the run that I make, and I'll also, on top of this, I want to make a video about like a full session. What I mean by that is like there's something special in this game. Like as you continue your session, you don't necessarily get the same legendaries. And so it's a good thing to like basically just do this, that. I don't necessarily think that I can like do everything on the video, because it would take like, you know, 5 or 6 hours, not even kidding. Like there's so many locations that you can hit, including obviously like the skeleton dungeons and all the bosses, etc. But this video's point was like just to keep it extremely simple and extremely easy on the character and the account. At the same time though, like giving you a lot of valuable different things, not only like reputation, components, but also, you know, a chance to get like legendaries, a chance to get like a lot of crafting materials like aether crystals, royal jelly, and on top of that dynamites, and also recipe drops from like the treasure trove, maybe even iron bits, and lots of like greens as well on the way. So thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time, YouTube. Peace out, bros.